Hello guys, how you doing out there? My name's Danny Souris, and I'm loading up this video for a testimonial, okay, about how I've done things in life and why I followed my career and pursued the acting industry and entertainment industry, because it's something that's just me, I don't know, ever since I was young, I've been dancing to the Beatles songs and singing because my cousins would come home. They were 16 years old, and they would love it because I got out of school at kindergarten at age 5 at noon. And I'd go home and I'd listen to those 45s, and I knew all those songs. I'd rehearse them. And when they got out of school, they would come home, they would set up a little stage, and they'd get me up on it at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if I remember, being five and a half, 1964, as I was born in 1958. And they would have me singing these songs, and all the girls would come, and they would make that stage, and they would love to see me get up there and sing and shake my head, and I wanted to be so good for them, and it really made me feel special, So it's like all through my life, I wanted to entertain, but I never had any support from home. None. I mean, my parents didn't want me to be an actor, an entertainer, or singer, or songwriter. They wanted me to be a rocket scientist or a computer wizard or a doctor, and they wanted the best for me, yeah. But when you got something in your heart, you can't change that. How can you change what you love to please someone else? You just, and I'm sorry that I've done it. So this little testimonial here, this video, tells you that, how I started. It started at age 5. And I worked my way up to learn how to play the guitar myself, the drums myself, harmonica by myself, sound reinforcement. I've learned how to edit music, master, working on Mackie Pro Tools, working on IBM. And I've been in some bands and stuff, and I was DJing and running a karaoke business, and it's DJing for a while and stuff, and I say, my talents are going to waste by doing this. This is not the highest form of entertainment that my heart seeks. So I started pursuing the acting industry, and I networked my way up into Chicago, working with people, and I ended up into some productions as an extra in Stars. Network on Boss, being directed. There's Mario Van Peebles telling me what to do, and that was great. I loved it. But I was told by my casting director of Extraordinary Castings, the extra casting director, not to speak to the guys. Don't speak to the actors. Don't speak to the directors. Don't bother anyone. So my answer were just sure, I will, yes, no, being very polite on stage and watching and learning everything that I could, and watching the actors, watching what they do, how they film, what to do, what not to do. And I was also in this production of the Chicago Code with Jennifer Beals and Delroy Lindo and Jason Clark, and that ran for one season in 2010, I believe it was. And I was just an extra in that, Where I started off, I was in the trailer, and I was in the pilot, and then I was in the final episode in the most dynamic scene where they arrest Delroy Lindo, take him away for corruption. And I'm still working, and with ExploreTalent, I've been to many auditions. I was with another talent agency. I'm not going to mention her name because they were great too, but I didn't have the options that I have with ExploreTalent of submitting for roles, even though I didn't get them. And I still went to these cold readings and auditions, and you know what? And I failed miserably. I had failed to learn. To go out there and let it hang out and be me, because some of these readings that I looked at in these scripts, it's like, I wouldn't act that way. I'd be pretty pissed off, if I was this guy. So, I didn't, go out there like I'd want to, because I didn't want to insult anyone. I'm sorry if I just did, but that's the way it is. You know, you have to sell. You have to sell that rope. And in me, inside me, I know I can do this. You know, it's a matter of you realizing that I can, and me showing to you that I can, and having that opportunity to at least try. You know, if you don't try, how are you going to succeed? You can't. So I'm following my dreams here and my heart, and it's into what I'm doing as far as acting, entertaining, songwriting, singing, collaborating with people, helping other people. Whatever it takes into this industry is where my heart is, and I love that. You know, you can check out my my site and see the things that I have done, and my resume's on it, as well as footage from a couple of things that I've done. There's a couple of films there. There's a few songs on there that I've written and composed, and I had brought other people in to collaborate with them, you know, friends, and creating, you know what, is what's in this heart of mine, being imaginative, creative, kind, polite, you know what, and coming together and making something beautiful, you know, for all the world to see and behold and love forever and ever. Long after we're gone, you know what, I want it to rain, you know, like It's a Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart. That's the greatest movie in my heart that I could ever think of, because every year I look forward to seeing that show, you know. It's one of the greatest. God bless Jimmy Stewart and all the actors that have came before, a lot of us, and all the directors and producers. You know, casting directors, if you do get a look at this, you know, hey, I'm free. I have no wife, no children. I'm a single guy, and I'm free, able to travel, able to do whatever it takes to go wherever. I own a home here in a little town called Monterey, Indiana. There's 250 residents. All my neighbors are beautiful. The church is just a block away. You know, I walk to the church when I do, and it's the bells ringing all the time. And I love my outside of my yard. It's 2 acres of wooded land, and you know, it's peaceful here. I'm far from Chicago. I'm 160 miles from Chicago, on about 120 from Indianapolis, and you know, I offer to go there or there. I'm in between both. I don't have no problem driving to these places, and I have no problem taking off and flying to LA or Miami or wherever it takes to do an audition or a production, you know, to become part of something greater than people have ever imagined. You know, my friends think that I'm crazy for trying this, okay, for doing this, and you know, who else was crazy in this world for trying to do things? You know, Ben Franklin? Who? Thomas Edison? Alexander Graham Bell? You know what? These people did what they had to do to succeed, and there's still people out there that believe in themselves and believe whatever they have here, they can work, will work. You know what? And I'm one of those people. So, guys, you know what? Thank you for your time. I'm going to cut off, man. I appreciate you. And thank you, ExploreTalent, and anybody watching this. Bless you all, and thanks, man. And I hope to see you all soon, man. I want to be on your set and be auditioned. That would be the cat pajamas. Take care, guys.